Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, and today, for my patrons, I want to talk about body dysmorphia and eating disorders. When you guys gave me that list of things to talk about, that was one of the things that popped out at me the freaking most that I really struggle with, and I feel like I'm just now starting to get my feelings of body dysmorphia under control. I feel like I'm actually starting to change and feel better about myself. So, let's get into it. I'm going to be putting on my jewelry and all that kind of stuff while I talk to you guys about my struggles with my eating disorders. So, you guys, when I first started struggling with with an eating disorder, I was very young. Okay, I grew up in a household of four women, counting my mom and my father, who's Italian, and my mom is Mexican. And weight was always like something that we focused on because my father struggled with his own weight. So he would talk about it all the time. He would talk about being overweight. He would talk about how if us girls were overweight, we wouldn't be able to find a husband. Oh, I want to show y'all my new opal ring. It's purple and it's so pretty. It sparkles in the light. How we wouldn't be able to get a husband if we stayed overweight. And none of these things that my dad would say were ever in a mean way. Like, it was almost like in a joking way, like in passing, like, you don't want to be fat or you won't be able to find a husband. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And it didn't bother me per se. Sometimes it would, but not as much as I realized it was mentally, right? Like, I wouldn't cry or anything, but now that I'm older and when I look back on that time in my life, I realize how it affected me. And it affected me greatly because I became obsessed with my own weight. Happy juice. So, by the time I was a teenager, I had gotten really self-conscious because, that time between where you're like going into teenage years and you're hitting that puberty stage where like you are gaining weight, but you're not fat, but your like weight is kind of unbalanced. It's in areas where, maybe it should be in your butt, but it's in your gut, that kind of thing. And when you hit puberty finally, that's when everything starts kind of like lining out and you get boobies and all that. I wasn't to the boobies part yet. I was in that awkward stage of weight gain. So I started to become like overly obsessed with my weight, and going into my 9th grade year, I had made the dance squad and I was going to band camp. So when I went to band camp, I decided to starve myself. Stupidest thing I could have ever done was do that. I starved myself. I stopped eating food like I should have, and I would just literally eat like a Snickers bar and a Diet Coke is all I would eat. And I did that for like 16 days and I lost like 30 pounds, which is totally unhealthy, right? Well, I'm having one more of these happy juices. I really like the way they taste. And also it just helps my digestion. So once I got back from that camp that I was at, everybody noticed that I had lost a bunch of weight, and I was getting all this positive reinforcement for all the weight I had lost, right? And they were like, oh my God, you look so good, you look so good. Well, me being a young girl, that really stuck with me, and I decided, well, I must need to keep doing this. And so that's where my unhealthy relationship with food developed. It developed right there that week while I was in band camp, and I decided that I needed to starve myself, And so for the next couple of years, I would starve myself, lose weight, gain weight back, starve myself, lose weight, gain weight back, starve myself, lose weight, gain weight back, right? And so, needless to say, it was like a horrible relationship with food. By the time I was in 11th grade, I was starting to experiment with illegal substances, okay? I had started smoking marijuana, and I had started doing cocaine, and I remember right before that, my mom took me to the doctor because I begged her to. And I got put on Adipex, Phentermine, which is a weight loss pill. And I was so freaking happy, you guys. I thought that I had found the answer to life. Because when I took Phentermine, baby, it gave me energy. It helped me to be able to focus. It helped me get my homework done. Like everything that I had been struggling with for so many years, I was able to do with the help of Phentermine. Okay? And so I thought that that was like a positive thing, you know, that I was like able to do those things and that this medication helped me. But my doctor wouldn't prescribe it to me for longer than 30 days, which is the right thing to do because I shouldn't be on a stimulant like Phentermine for maintenance, right? What I should have been done is I should have been tested for ADHD because that was a sign that if it was working for me and helping me complete my daily tasks, that it might be something to help me with my mental health. But my mom and dad didn't understand that. They didn't know any better, right? Because back then, you didn't talk about mental health like you do now. Back then, you didn't, your parents didn't understand addiction like they do now, you know? So I got off Phentermine, and again, my weight began to yo-yo. And so again, I started starving myself and that kind of thing. I wouldn't purge ever. I would just withhold food from myself. So I was getting really bad on cocaine. I was losing a lot of weight, so I didn't have to starve myself as much, which was a positive, but a negative at the same time. You know, when I look in the mirror at myself and I see my reflection, you guys always tell me how great I look, especially when I show you my full body. And I don't see that. I'm about to show you right now what I see when I look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I see all this. I see it just being so big. And I feel like that's all you can see is that. I feel like my legs look good, but then I zone in right here on all this. And I see all that. I don't even want to look at my face. I hate looking at my face because I see all this. You know, that's why I try to film at an angle to where it looks more tinier, you know? See, I don't see any of the positive things. I don't see any of the good things on the camera. I see only those things. And when I tell you, it's like they jut out like 3D, okay? It's not like just regular where I look at the camera and there I am. No, it's like 3D. They come off the screen is what I see. Sorry, I'm getting worked up, so I'm getting hot. And I'm working on that. Like I have been getting better about seeing the beauty like in my face. And I was actually talking about that on a live that we did on Facebook, where I was talking about finally being okay with my face and not wanting to get lip injections and being okay with my wrinkles except for the 11. I don't like that. And getting to a point where like I'm getting more confident in my face, but I do not feel like that about my body, y'all, at all. Okay? And I feel like that's what a lot of women with body dysmorphia struggle with is we look in the mirror and we don't see the positive things that you guys see. We see the overweightness, like I said, 3D jutting out of the screen. Okay? We see the double chin hanging down really low. That's what I see. We see my belly popped like a pig's belly. You know, that's what I see it right there in front of me. And I know a lot of people that have like maybe worse, they feel like they have it worse off than me, probably think that I am over exaggerating, but I'm not. I'm being completely honest with you guys about the way that I feel, you know, and I'm really working hard on trying